It's 12 minutes start now.
Boom. There we go. I didn't even. I wonder why they never put the time and leave it there in the live thing. That would have helped. Amazing audience. We are live with Dan R. Morris. Interesting guy. He was episode 120 something, right?
Yeah.
126. 126?
Yeah.
Yeah, fascinating conversation.
Well, of course.
Yeah, it's Dan Morris. What I do remember about you, Dan, is, and it's interesting, right? Like, I've had conversations with so many people that what I remember fascinates me.
Oh, that would be.
Brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you pull out of each conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
is
I
it?
do remember is you were running up the step. You were like, and you said, dude, like you said, dude a lot.
I do say dude a lot.
Yeah. So you said, dude, hey, give me 1 minute. And I heard you running down the step, pa, 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 pa. And then you came back up. Or is it that would you have podcasted, right? Like here?
Well, see, you recall things from episode 126. I don't even remember
Yesterday.
recording what 126. I don't know where it was.
Yeah, so it was, I heard the steps, and then when I came by and I went up the steps, I heard you coming down the steps, and
That was the sound.
of the steps.
Nice.
Yeah, which is intriguing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I also,
So if you're kidnapped, like, you'll be able to tell them
like, did
all
you
the
see
things that
movie?
you heard.
Did you see that movie?
The movie about the kidnapping?
Yeah.
Are we narrowing that down to
No,
the 300,000?
It definitely is a big movie.
Panic Room.
No, not Panic Room.
Kidnapped.
That's a good one.
With Kurt Russell.
This guy, Liam.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Liam Neeson.
Neeson, yeah.
Where he's trying to search for his daughter.
Yeah.
In every movie.
The songs, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he picked up with her.
He's always trying to find someone.
Yeah.
Except Schindler's List.
Yeah?
He wasn't trying to find someone then. He knew where they were.
He was in that?
Yeah, he's Schindler.
Okay.
Oscar Schindler.
Didn't you?
Oh, dude.
Good movie?
I think it's the greatest movie ever made.
This is the value of a conversation with Dan. Like, he just is so intelligent, as I've noticed, right?
I didn't know that.
But very simple.
I am.
Very simple. Your recollection is pretty good too in terms of experiences.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I lived my entire life moving. So where some people grow up in one town and they have friends, I moved every couple of years. So my entire childhood is not based on like childhood memories or friendships. It's based on things that we did, experiences. Like 4th of July is pretty important for me because every year that we would move, we'd always move in June right after school started or ended, and then we would be in the new place by the 4th of July, and I wouldn't know anyone in town, so it'd just be the family. So it always ended up being kind of important, I'd say.
Yeah.
But experiences.
How has that impacted you though, like from a psychological perspective of not having great relationships in a space?
I think it's good. Like, I don't really know anyone that grew up in a small town that still has solid relationships from childhood. So they have acquaintances, and I have really held on to 5 people from high school.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like my rock every year. So we sort of drifted over the years a little bit, but I do my best to make sure that I don't lose those because they're precious.
Yeah, I love that. Tell us what you do in the blogging space.
Well, I work with Rachel Martin, and she runs findingjoy.net. We both run that site. That's a big blog for motherhood. And she's got a book coming out this fall. So we're working on the book launch plans and the launch team. And
have you named it, the book?
Oh, the book's out. Yeah, The Brave Art of Motherhood.
Ooh, I love the name.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The Brave Heart or the Brave Art?
Art.
Yeah.
And then, in fact, I'll give you a copy.
Oh.
Your wife shall read it.
You didn't have like a copy so we could show that.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure the artwork is really good.
It's pretty fantastic.
Do the children have it close by? Could they get it?
I don't think so. I think my mom took the last copy.
I'm sure it's fantastic. So The Brave Art of Motherhood.
Yeah, that comes out. And so we're working on a Goodreads strategy to drive that to the New York Times bestseller list. And we're hoping to drive it there for Mother's Day of next year. We're doing a launch Christmas sale, but really to drive interest so that we can really sell it Mother's Day. That's the plan. And then every year we sell a product, which I'm doing right now. I launched yesterday. called BC Stack, and it's 65 experts in the blogging or in the digital marketing space.
Right.
They all put like their best product in this bundle, and we sell it for $37, and we have 1,000 affiliates, and they just sell it all over the world. So
What does the BC stand for?
Blogging Concentrated, our
Okay.
company.
Okay. So tell us more about that, though.
Blogging Concentrated sort of has been on hiatus. We've been working so much on BC Stack products and finding joy that we haven't been able to do what we used to do. And it's only been a year, but we traveled the world. We did 75 events in 3 years,
Wow.
all over the world, teaching digital marketing.
Hmm.
So that took a toll on, pretty much everybody. That's a
Yeah.
lot of travel.
Yeah, that is a lot of trouble.
We went to New Zealand, and we did a lot in Canada, and it was just always travel. So I think we just decided to peel that back a little bit, spend a little bit more time on the kids,
Yeah.
and then we'll go back to that. But in the meantime, I also think in the meantime, taking a book and making it a New York Times bestseller will lend even more credibility to what we teach.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're focusing on that.
Credibility is huge, though, in this space, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because there's so many digital marketing gurus.
Oh, my.
Self-proclaimed experts.
Self-proclaimed,
Yeah. So you gotta. We have 250,000 fans at Finding Joy. I think we have. I have 1.4 million views on YouTube, and I think she has about the same.
Mm.
And we've got 50,000 followers on Twitter.
Mm.
So we're always trying to build a base and then reproduce what we did, so we understand how it is that we built it, so that we can actually teach it and then show the results.
Wow.
So that's the concept.
Yeah, you spoke into my heart, because one of the things I love to do is ensure that the thing I represent is what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I would rather take the hit on the financial side, but
Yeah.
be sure to know that if I'm saying, hey, yeah, get this.
So ours is the financial side, though. Like, if we're not making money, then it's not. Why do it?
Makes sense.
In my mind, like, why do social media at all?
Yeah.
Like, you could do so many other things. And I guess some people derive great joy out of it, but I have a feeling that they derive great joy out of hearing other people say they like their pictures.
Which isn't really that valuable.
No. So I think it's really just work. People can say, do what you love for work, but I think once it's work, it becomes work.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily what you love anymore.
Yeah.
Like I know a guy, Blake Jameson, in California, who paints. He's an unbelievable painter. He's got all kinds of celebrities buying his paintings. And I think it used to be fun, but now he has to manage inventory and deadlines, and there's only so much of work that can still be fun.
Yeah.
I think.
I totally agree.
Until you
Especially
realize.
if you want it to grow.
Yeah, until you realize, all right, now I need a hobby
Yeah.
that I can enjoy, so I can stop doing the thing I love.
I think the thing is, correct me if you agree or not, right? I think the thing is to agree to choose what the work will be. Like, you could choose what the work is going to be.
Yeah. Did you see the Jim Carrey commencement speech?
I think so. I think I got it on WhatsApp.
Where he talked about his dad? Do you remember that?
No, I remember the check part.
So Jim Carrey's dad was a comedian, but he didn't have the stomach for the comedian's life. Gigs and not knowing where your paycheck's coming from. So his dad became an accountant because that was safe.
Yeah.
And he could raise the family and not have to worry about money. But his dad actually got laid off. So Jim Carrey says, no matter what you do in life, even if you pick the safe route, you could still be laid off. So you might as well just go after the thing that you love.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good plan.
You subscribe to. You
Yeah.
live that life.
I do like that idea.
Yeah. Me too. One of the segments we cover is your own unique shoes. Since I've been here, I haven't seen you in shoes. Not even one time, right? It speaks to you, right? But people don't get to see the struggles you have, right? What is one struggle you've had over the last year?
Well, I got divorced 3 years ago. So I think every moment of time that I have, I dedicate to figuring out how to make sure the kids have a good upbringing.
Yeah.
So for me, there's not, I mean, I have a couple of teenagers, and the feedback loop doesn't exist like it does with little kids. You know, you give them a hamburger and they're like, woo, yay, Dad, I love you. But, you know, you do something for teenagers and you might get nothing.
Yeah.
So I have struggled with the line between being the divorced dad who wants to give too much to his kids to overcompensate for a mistake that he made, versus being the dad who needs to be not entertaining and teaching them, you know, imagination, and teaching them to do things on their own, and then discipline and chores. Like, that whole ball of wax is very difficult for me.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't see it in the camera, but my lawn is really tall. Like, I had my kids yesterday, and they could easily have mowed the lawn.
Yeah.
But if I only have them half the week,
Yeah.
do I have them mow the lawn when I could just do it when they're gone?
Yeah.
But then what am I teaching them? So,
it's time property.
oh, dude, it's such angst in my soul trying to figure out
Yeah.
how to do it.
Yeah.
And we actually took, I would say, somewhat of a pay cut, I guess. We took less money not doing the worldwide tour,
Yeah.
so that we could be with the kids. But you're not making a lot of money when you're playing soccer
Yeah.
with the kids.
Yeah.
So, and I'm totally happy with that. But the whole ball of wax of trying to figure out this new world is different.
Yeah. I think you'll be good though. I think you're going to figure it out and help other people figure it out as well. Just like the way you build brands. Unfortunately, this is a concept that is life. But in so doing, I believe you'll help other people, because there are many other people that are in your shoes as well.
There is.
And you will figure this out.
You know what is interesting in this conversation is I've never really articulated this particular difficulty.
Yeah.
But there aren't any marketers who have figured out that I have this difficulty. Like, no one is trying to sell me a book on how to do this or how to manage the kids. I don't get ads on it. No one has decided single dads who are newly divorced need this instruction, and we should target them on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get anything.
Yeah, but it's time to, right? Well,
It is.
mean, it's fascinating though that someone had some ad somewhere that got Angel Jones in your house though, having this conversation with you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like better than Facebook ads or Google ads though.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I've identified a problem in myself in this particular conversation,
Yeah.
and nobody's offering me a solution.
Yeah. Which is the thing you're going to do. Which is what
we
good at.
teach.
Yeah.
So,
And it doesn't even necessarily need to just be the one person who is a single dad, but the person who is even in transition. Because I spoke to one guy recently, and he's telling me that in his marriage, him and his wife, they're not together.
yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah, he said it. He said, we're not together.
We were roommates.
We're going to stay here.
Yep.
I'm going to stay. I'm going to make sure my children are fed. So there's even that person as well who needs to understand that.
Well, I think everyone in that position, or everyone in my position, was in that position
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah.
We just made a different decision.
Yeah.
Or he hasn't made this decision yet.
Yeah. Which is.
And I don't even know if it's a good decision. I don't know if divorce is better than raising the kids together.
But
because
you being there, Dan, and creating that scenario where other men are there could at least hear the stories of other men who've made this decision and then live through it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is where value will come.
And I'm waiting, I guess I have to wait 20 years for the kids to tell me once they realize the effect on them. Because right now they just seem as happy as could be.
Yeah,
But like, what are the areas in their life where they need support and I just can't see it yet?
The good thing is, if you start creating groups where individuals like this can meet, if there's a guy who is 20 years down the road,
Yes,
who has children who grew up, then you could feed off of that as
that's
well.
true.
Yeah? So it's something that would help you, and in so doing, you'll help others. I'm glad that we cracked the code on that. It's very powerful.
Yeah, the one thing I wouldn't want to happen, and I think does happen in like divorce groups, is that people get together and bitch about their exes.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense.
That doesn't help
But
anything.
you could definitely be the guy that
I would like to be like, let's
control that. Yeah,
figure out how to move forward
yeah,
and not worry about that.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I try not to spend a minute of time on that, or I just lost a minute.
yeah. That'll be fun. I'm glad we opened that. When you heard that this guy from the Caribbean was coming to meet you, right? From all the way over there to here, what did you think?
I think what I always think. I hope I can get him to come stay.
Yeah, yeah,
Always. I'm like, man, if you're coming through Tennessee, it doesn't matter what you say. If I see it on Facebook, I'm like, hey, you got a house here.
yeah. I appreciate that.
Because I like meeting people, and I really like the kids meeting people.
Yeah,
Different, like your accent. I mean, I
Yeah.
love that they even had that moment of time where a guy with a different kind of accent was in the house.
Yeah, it was fun though. They're amazing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can underestimate the power of what your father does in front of you. And I think if your father has, like, your skin's a different color, so you come in, you have a different accent, a different color, and we're friends.
Yeah.
I think whatever that is inside of a child, it's like, this is just the way it is in our family.
It's solidified.
Yeah. Even if it's a moment in time, they see it.
Yeah. That's
I always
beautiful.
think you just have to always be that person that you want them to be.
What are you excited about most right now?
I'm excited about all my kids graduating from school so I can leave.
That's good. So tell me, where can people go to find more?
It's
about
8 years and
BC
2
Stack?
months, by the way.
2
8 years,
months.
2
I'm
months.
sorry you don't have the days though.
I will be selling everything I own and moving.
Not to Trinidad, but you pass through Trinidad, right? You stop in Trinidad.
Dude, I would
for a
just
bit.
I would love to be a travel vagabond. Just
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah,
Work wherever you are.
yeah.
Just travel.
Good internet, I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I met some guy in Jamaica when we were there who was an American who was just like working at the bar.
yeah,
He was like, yeah, they let me work here for a couple months and sometime I'll just move on.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, that's awesome.
I've enjoyed it. Like, for us, like going to the Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, working out out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to Frothy Monkey yesterday?
I did not.
Lame.
I found that the car park was too expensive.
The what?
The car park, the public car park, they coned off the entire front.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, so I had to do public parking. It was
Ah.
like $6
Yeah, that's
an
not
hour.
worth it.
Yeah, so I was like, all right. I went to Starbucks and got free parking. I was like, all right, cool. I worked out of there, but it looked pretty cool because there's an upstairs part.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
Yeah. So BC Stack, right? Yeah. This is good. This is a great conversation. This is what I love, porch conversations.
Yes.
Yeah, the power happens on the porch conversations.
Well, my parents run frontporchideas.com, so.
I'm sorry I didn't get to meet them.
Well, perhaps I'll have them embed this on their site.
That's
So.
sweet. There we go.
Okay.
Boom.
From the porch.
Yeah, this is the power of the porch.
So what number is this for
I'm
this
not
trip?
Sure. So Amanda actually does the numbers, but she isn't here with us. I see she's watching though.
You see she's watching?
Yeah, you see to the bottom there? Amanda Jones is watching.
Your camera is on the internet right now?
Yeah, we're live.
What do you mean we're live? We're live on Facebook?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
No.
Do you want me to delete it when we're done?
No, I just thought it was recorded.
Oh no, yeah. It's like that. The way to do this, like it's the way we do it. Like no.
So do you think your wife was actually like, you know what, I'm just gonna log on so he thinks I'm watching, and then I'm gonna go
She's supposed to
hang
be
out,
with friends.
put the phone on the counter somewhere, like it'll just
wonder.
look like I'm online.
She could do a comment. She could put something there if she's watching. But then she's probably watching and not listening.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
This
is
was
a
good.
difference.
Is there anything else you'd like to share in closing?
I don't think many Americans do what you are doing right now. And I think it would be good if they did. Because there's a vast number of things in our country that are different than where you live. Like the Everglades and Phoenix and the sequoias and the plains. Like, you should take your kids to see these things. The seagrasses on the coast in Maine, like, they should have these things in their brain.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that when you're done, you're going to have a much more interesting view of America than most Americans, I think. You'll have stayed in people's houses, see what they eat, see how they live, how their kids live.
Yeah.
Just the little tiny things that you're going to capture are interesting.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Dan.
Thank you.
Tremendously.
So, yes.
Boom. Amazing audience. You heard it live from Dan Morris. That's the guy. You didn't know we were live, but boom, that's the guy. Highly endorsed. BC Stack. BC Stack. BC Stack.